I am sweating, fam. So I just rented a car from Baku airport and it took 40 minutes longer than it should have. And if you know me, I am a great driver. I just don't have a great track record. The speed limit changes so frequently here. There's so many cameras. I think I already got 2 tickets and it's been 20 minutes. Oh, Cuba, that's where I'm going. And I almost ran into a police officer. But I maintain that was not my fault. He was crossing a highway on top of the speed limit changing every 4 seconds, anywhere from 50 to 100. So I turned right onto a road, right? Highway merge situation. And the 4 lanes to the right just ended. They were like, fucking merge now. And so I was like, is this lane ending? Because I was in the far right. I was like, is this lane ending? Merge over what? And I'm like, is this also ending? 4 times. Finally merged to the actual road just as the road actually ended. That, and I'm trying to navigate because what Waze is telling me is the English speed limit. Waze keeps telling me traffic camera ahead. I'm like, okay, cool. What's the speed limit supposed to be? It only turns red once I exceed the speed limit, but I would like to know before I exceed the speed limit. Get off, because it's actually
in 300 meters. Stay to the left to Zia Banyatov Prospect T.
So Zia Banyatov, whatever that's showing on my screen is not whatever's showing up on the road signs. My hands are sweating. Also really hot, but I'm also nervous.
In 6.2.
Priorities. I got 4.5 hours of sleep, which is about an hour less than I normally get. I was gonna stop by for some coffee. I don't think I can have any actually. This would be too late because then I won't be able to sleep tonight again. Alright, so let me rationalize why I got the car. Even though I'm a menace to myself. Hopefully not to anybody else. Except the people in my car. Anyway, so in order to get to Lhasa, what I would have had to do from the airport is take the bus to the bus terminal, which just does not come up on Google Maps very well at all, by the way. So I had no idea where that was, but I'm assuming it was in the city center. That takes 40 minutes. Then I gotta wait to hop on a bus that goes to Cuba. And Cuba headed buses. I was thinking, coach buses. No, what's on my face? That's chocolate. What's over here? Probably also chocolate. I thought they were gonna be coach buses, but I think they're the mini white vans. And I was like, oh my God, this fucking Range Rover is completely over the line. Ma'am, just because you're fucking rich doesn't mean you get to take off too. So then the van, Marshrutka, from Baku to Cuba, apparently takes about 3 hours. And of course I would have had to wait. But the bus to the city would have been like 5 manat at most. And then the van will also say 5 manat at most, 10 manat, right? 10 manat, and then once in Cuba, I can take a shared taxi for about 40 manat. So 50 manat to get there. And then to come back would be another 40 manat to schedule, I think. I don't know how scheduling a shared taxi works. So let's say at the cheapest rate, it's still 40, right? So it's 90 manat. And then I have to take the bus back. So let's round that up and say that would be 100 manat. This car was supposed to be very close to that. But instead it became 185 manat because online it said insurance was included. But of course I went to go pick it up. Went to go pick it up and they said, oh no, it has absolutely no insurance. So I've added insurance and it became 185. So is it worth the 85 manat? 85 manat is probably like $60, maybe $50. And then I'm gonna have to pay for gas, right? I don't know how much that is. People online were saying that it's pretty affordable, but I don't know what that means. So on the one hand, I was looking up how much like a bolt would cost if I were to call it from Cuba to get to Laza, and it was saying on my phone that it only would have cost 20 manat. That's a private car too. So I probably shouldn't check this because there's no going back at this point, but I'm gonna go to Cuba. I'm gonna check whether I can call an Uber, Bolt, whatever for anyway. I don't really know if anybody cares, but I'm stuck in traffic. And this car is so shit. I thought it actually didn't even have a USB plug. It does, luckily, because I don't have one of those converter things of the fucking 1990s. I stole a can of Georgian sparkling water from the lounge. Tastes like ass. Oh my god, traffic finally cleared. Speed camera ahead. What's the speed limit? Tell me! I was halfway through merging into a lane, and somebody from the opposite lane who was behind me forced their way in. Oh my god, I not have rented a car. What was I? That was the best part. Temperature too high. Whoever said online that Azerbaijani drivers are pretty good, that it's nice to drive in Azerbaijan, have never driven in Baku. These drivers are full on taking these lane markers as guidelines. And then you pull the rug. I'm happy to report I found the setting that lets me show the speed limit even when I'm not going above it. Oh. I was kind of hoping that they'd be grapes, but they were nuts, hazelnuts. They gave me one to sample. I'm allergic to unroasted hazelnuts, apparently. I have unfortunately confirmed that I could have called a Bolt taxi from Cuba to Laza for under 30 manat. Furthermore, the price from the airport directly to Laza would have been about 115 manat. Driving isn't that bad, honestly, but it is stressful in a new country. So I've arrived. And it is so not remote. What is everybody on blogs on the internet smoking? Are they all from New York City? This is the town. It was like a couple minutes from the ski resort. Like really fucking Four Seasons-esque ski resort. I probably have LT. I'm like tempted to just turn around and drive back and stay in Baku for the night. This was such a waste of money and time. I wasn't expecting thatched roofs and people only riding horses around, right? But I expected not this. Okay, well, I'm here, so I'm going to pretend to enjoy it, and then I'm gonna fake it till I make it. Gonna see if they have a room. It's closed. Okay, well, it is very cute. I have no idea what is going on. Is that wool? Whoa. It's full. which is worse. Not only because I don't get to stay here, but also because it means there's so many tourists that this place is full. So I think before it used to be like, oh, you just kind of like find somebody and see if you can stay with them at their house. But I think it's been tourized that that's not what people do anymore. There was like a hostel nearby, but I don't want that anymore. So I've used my thick skin skills to just ask a local if I can stay with them, and she was like, yeah, come on over. And so she showed me where I'd be staying, and she's cooking, and I think she's bringing me out some tea. So this is fun. So I'm no longer depressed about the fact that this town isn't as remote as I thought it would be. That's black tea. I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. She said I could put some of this in my tea, but she kind of like shrugged it, so maybe that's not what I'm supposed to do, but it looks good, so I'm gonna try it anyway. What fruit is this? Ooh, it's pear. I packed my running vest because I thought it would just kind of look like green field and like no road, like one road, not a network of roads. And then I would just frolic out into the field for miles, stumble upon a waterfall. That's not what it is here, but that's okay. And if I know about it, thousands of other people have to know about it. I'm a little bit basic of a traveler after all. No, I've always known that. I think people use these little huts to have picnic, little grill parties. Oh, cute. I'd be so down to camp right there. I wonder if they do tent rentals. So I guess, imagine me going back and being like, hey, so I've seen your room. I'd rather live in a tent. It's like they outlawed color. I climbed up like a big rock at the waterfall, and ooh, it looks nice over here. And I brought this to read. I know it's not the most scenic, exciting thing to be reading in nature. Quite the opposite. But I bought this book like months ago, and I just hadn't looked at it, particularly because somebody who knows a lot about hacking was like, you're not going to learn anything from that book. And yeah, it's true. I haven't learned a single thing, or a single useful thing, but I just like took it over there so that I could read it while I'm just admiring the waterfalls. And this dude was like, how did you get up that rock? And I was like, oh, I climbed up this other way. And then he went over, and I think he was like, I don't know how you climbed up there, especially in my trusty Birks. And then he looked at like my book, and he was just like, oh, are you learning Linux? And I was like, you could say that. It was a sweet interaction. So we're actually gonna meet up in Baku, and he's gonna show me around. Needed a new pair anyway. Sleeping. Let me show you a scenic bathroom. Ta-ta! I thought I'd be eating with the family, but I think they just prepared the meal for me. But the mom is gonna go milk some cows, which I want to join in on. I did not communicate to her that I don't like cilantro. Eat it all? Gotta eat it all. Never know how much food to eat in these situations. Like, should I finish it? And like force myself to finish it, or is it better to leave it so that they have more food to eat themselves? Because I think they're giving me dinner separately so that I'm not uncomfortable eating with everybody else, even though that's what I wanted. It's past, but the sun is in the room over there, and I heard Komaya, Komaya. That must be from Squid Games too. Is that why it's famous? Is that why people are singing about it? I haven't watched Squid Games 2 yet. I love the smell of wood burning. Yum. Yum. Also, let me shut up so you can just hear the sound of nature. I told her I wanted to help milk the cow. Oh my god, I think there's like, this must be where they make cheese. Hi, Mama. Mama. Hard. How to, can you show me how to? Wow. So I don't understand fully what happened, but I milked the cow. I figured out how to do it. I did it half as well as she did by the end. I think you can be so aggressive with it and I don't realize, because I'm like, I think I'm hurting the cow. It's her nipples. But and then we poured it into like another container and like filtered it through like a sieve. I think that's how you say the word, sieve. And she said it'll be ready to drink tomorrow morning, just leaving out there. So I don't know what that process does, but I'm excited. New York.
New York.
Yeah. Sarai, come there. Oh my god. My god. Oh my god. The dad wanted me to have shots with him. The grandpa and the dad are still going. I think they're gonna finish the bottle of vodka. The vodka was really strong. I had 3 shots. Oh my god. And I also had watermelon with it, but it was soju and watermelon. Soju's weak, right? So it just slightly adds an alcoholic flavor to watermelon. But then I had a little bit together in my mouth. Oh my god, not a good idea. Vodka, swallow, then watermelon. Recommended. I'm about to be blasted. Apparently they're gonna have tea again. I don't want to say no because I don't want to be rude, because Google Translate is failing me because I was trying to figure out how do you say tasty in Lezbegi, which is a language that they speak in addition to Azerbaijani. And I could not get that across. I after like maybe 10 minutes, I still don't know how to say tasty. So I learned a couple things. The mom is the same age as I am. Has 2 kids. The mom's dad is the one who's sitting at the table. He is from Russia. And this whole area doesn't speak Azerbaijani mainly. They mostly speak Lezbegi, which is the language of the people who originated here, which is awesome. And the kids are here because it's summer vacation. They have a second home in the town that I drove through because they have better schools. And they did finish that handle of vodka, Wait, a handle is $7.50? A liter? I forget. But they finished a liter of the vodka. I had 3 of the shots. Problem with having to pee a lot. So the bathroom is outside. Anybody ask you who I am? Just stand up tall, look him in the face and say, I'm the world's greatest. Am I the world's greatest or just the only person who cares to put in enough time to find 4-leaf clovers? Doesn't matter. I'm next up. Please. Please let me go. They used to be over there. I guess they had to move during the night. My drone wouldn't land, so I tried to grab it and no problemo. Proper homemade butter. Oh. I was wondering what that was. I think that's a marathon. I just came inside to grab my stuff and then head out because I just finished reading that Linux hacking book. I did learn some stuff by the end. But I see them making like a flatbread, and I feel like that's what they misunderstood my attempt to try to say tasty in Lesbian as, and they said something like, oh, tomorrow at lunch you can have, and I was like, okay, but how do you say tasty? So I feel like I gotta stay longer. I don't know. So I'm sitting in their dining area. I've moved all of my stuff out, but as I was moving it out, I think I was like kind of using it as like a, what's the situation? I like grabbed stuff and I was walking out, and like the grandma was saying something, and I was like, I feel like they're surprised if this means I'm just completely unloading. So I think they want me to stay. There's like no good way of asking without it being like, you're gonna have me over for lunch, right? Because like I was like, I don't want to overstay. I don't want to abuse your hospitality, but I also don't want to be rude if you're cooking for me. Like then it feels like I'm like eating forcedly, you know? It's so hard. So I've decided that I'm just gonna stay for lunch. Just gonna stay. And maybe pay more. I don't know what the best way is, but I think it's less rude than me leaving when if they're under the impression that they're making that dish specifically for me, right? Like I feel like it's better to overstay my welcome than to underappreciate their hospitality, right? I don't know. Yeah. And like that, we say goodbye to another family. Please focus on my finger. The issue with having gotten this tiny car.
Turn left on Laza Azerbaijan.
is I am terrified of driving on any bumpy surfaces, which is this whole town and the road that leads to it for a bit. It's like, okay, it's not that bad, right? But it feels bad. All right, my pits are sweating because my tire is spinning. I think if I should just back up all the way. I'm like trying to turn as much as possible to just get out of this section. I don't know what I'm doing. I hate driving. Okay, so here's the bump that I was on that I should not be on. Oh my god. I'm so stressed. I'm like nauseous. My hands are shaking. I don't know how to get past. I got past the other part that I was stuck on, but now I'm like just at the point where I can start leaving. And I don't know if I can make it up this little block. I don't wanna. I've escaped the rock that I couldn't dig out, that I was trying to dig out because my wheels were spinning. Oh my god. It's so hot. I've come down the hill backwards. I'm back to where I started. I'm so nauseous. Oh my god, I wanna leave. I should have rented a car. Now I'm worried I won't be able to make up the other big hill that I came down. Is there an alternate route? Okay, here we go. Here we go. We can do this. Slow, but not too slow. I took the other way, the way that I came down. I thought maybe the other way that I tried to take would be better. Obviously was not. But I'm out. I think I need a puke. There's people running. They're still running. They're the same people running. Oh my god. I never want to do that again. I don't know why I'm so stressed. It's just a car. I want to go home to where I don't have to drive anywhere. I'm so nauseous. I'd be surprised if there's no tire damage because one of the bumps that I was trying to go over that I was like skidding on, I got out of the car. Like a rock was like half in the tire. The rock was like so pointy too. Why are they there? Like I think a couple of the locals are trying to come up this way and like they're like, this is not a path that is gonna be open to me. Somebody like running past was just like, back up and take the other road, it's better. And I'm like, I can't move anywhere. I can't go forwards, I can't go backwards. The nausea's fading. The nausea's fading. We're gonna be okay. I'm so dramatic sometimes. That's the big hotel that's 5 minutes away that I was saying. Though it was not 5 minutes away for me on the way back up. Confirmed that this is fruit leather. But it's not good. Why is it salty? You know what else was funny? I made a little postcard of the waterfalls and I was like gonna send it to somebody as I usually do, but then I was like, oh, I feel like I should give it to the family and it'd be sweet. And so like on the back I wrote like a thank you note, and then I like handed it over with the money for housing me for the night. And like I guess I'm a little full of myself. But normally when you get like when people see my postcards, not that they're like amazing, but then like they're also done in like 10 minutes. They're like, oh my god, this is so cute, or like, oh, so good, or like there's like some pleasant surprise. And I like handed it over to the woman and she was just like, oh. So embarrassing. I thought it was pretty good. Doesn't that look super edible? Okay, cool. The owner of the fruit leather cart, the one that I said was bad walked over with the Google Translate and said, "Sorry, your situation is bad. Don't feel bad." So I can't tell if that means don't feel bad about having parked here or leave. Azerbaijani translation in Google needs to be stepped up. We're taking a short detour to something called the Candy Cane Mountains. They're like colorful, kind of like Arizona-esque, a little bit Peru Rainbow Mountains-esque, China Rainbow Mountains-esque. I saw them in Jordan too, I think. Anyway, it's everywhere, but it's along the way and it's only a 30-minute detour, so I'm taking it. Whoa. Oh, so nice to be able to stop whenever. It was totally worth it. The stress of this morning was not a problem. Faking it till I make it. Gotta lie to myself. You know why? Because I can't undo the fact that I rented the car. I stopped by because I wanted a little break, but then what was I saying? I walked in and I was trying to figure out what a particular fruit was, and somebody who works here came up to me. She was like, "Can you help me?" And I was like, "I don't think I can. I'm sorry, I don't know." But I realized later on that she was asking if I needed her help. So I was gonna buy some hand sanitizer if there were any, but there wasn't, which is surprising. So I was fucking confused. And I got some fig jam, which means I'm gonna have to check my bag, but I have a bunch of cash to spend. And I got a whole thing of honeycomb. This was $3, 250 grams. And I was like, I feel like it was a steal. So it's worth checking my bag. It's free. I can check my bag for free. Successfully got gas. It was a struggle because I couldn't find the button because it's hidden over here. Why so hidden? Feels like I held my breath for the last 10 minutes because there was like 4 roundabouts, like 20 lane merging, 20 times merging onto a new highway, and I filled my gas up 33 kilometers ago, all the way to the top. So your girl saving some money. 300 meters. I spoke too soon. The gate. It's supposed to recognize my license plate number, but it won't. It will not. So I've tried both stalls, made a bunch of people move back behind me. So this guy's calling Hertz and trying to figure something out.
Please. 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. I am so sweaty and oily. How is it possible that the rental car situation at the airport has not figured out entrance into the airport? The main problem, besides being tired, annoyed, sticky, hot, and everything, is that I really need to pee again. So I made it, and I immediately ran inside to pee first. And the person was like, "Oh, let us know when you're at the parking lot." And I was like, "How will you know where I am?"
I just need you.
Yeah.
Also.
I woke up, I walked around.
Your fault,
but,
you
yeah.
parked somewhere and somebody bumped it.
Yeah.
But
I
that's
didn't
why we
notice. A little bit of a scratch here. I don't know when that would have happened. And this guy who was reviewing it was like, "Oh, there's a scratch over here." And I was like, "Am I going to get charged for that?" Yeah, apparently, because I didn't call them, even though I paid for insurance that's supposed to cover it, because I didn't call it, because I didn't notice this tiny little spot at the time. Like, if there was an incident, of course I would have called. And like, I did a walk around of the car, but I didn't see that. That's like like, I'm not, every time I park and get back in the car, I'm not gonna be comparing the video and being like, okay, what is that? Is that a dirt spot or a perfect ending to wishing I never rented a car.
When you call and say everywhere.
I only call if I notice. It's like, if you look at the photo it's like such a small scratch, unless I'm going literally inch by inch over the whole car, which is unreasonable to do. He has now gone to check the car himself, the other Hertz representative. I've stood at this Hertz counter for so fucking long. I think I've stood at this counter longer than I've looked at the waterfall at Laza. If you're gonna charge me, let me at least fucking go. Corner did have a scratch. It wasn't the same scratch that is there now, but there was a scratch. So it wasn't like that corner was pristine to begin with. So I'm 13, 14 is when he headed out to go look at the car. That scratch is new, but there was another scratch above it that is still comparing photos. Thank you.
Same direction. If you want, I can wait for you.
That would, I mean, I would appreciate that a lot.
Judgment. Finish.
Yay, thank you. Thank God I don't have to fight anybody. We're free, fam. I do not have to fight any corporation today.
Olmaz. Put up.
Put up. Oh, okay, yeah. Wow. Person was so nice. Salur was his name. Also. Can you believe that I would have shopped here given a different outfit? But alas, right now. Considered not bringing these sandals and just wearing my sneakers because I was like, I don't know, 3 days. Maybe I don't need a shower. And I'm so gross. I am so disgusting. I can feel my skin. Like I can feel it, you know, just exist. There's security cameras all over this country. Very much like South Korea. This is the way up to my hostel. Hostel, by the way. Hostel. It's been so long. It actually hasn't been that long, probably like a year. It's been a while since I've stayed at a proper hostel. And I was gonna get a regular hotel room because, you know, I'm 31. But then right where I was looking for hotels, I saw this for $2, maybe $3, and I was intrigued. And so the plan is to figure out where I'm going first. They have like a nice balcony with a great view of the city, so I'm gonna at least enjoy that balcony. And if the room's fine, great. $3, it's fine. I'll sleep and bounce as soon as I get up. I'm probably so exhausted that I'll sleep for a long time. Or if not, I don't sleep that much anyway, so I wouldn't be missing out on too much. And then worst case, I'll just leave and get a proper hotel room. I did not pack my bags thinking I would be walking anywhere, but I'm realizing that there's no way I would have been dropped off by a taxi at the door to this place anyway.
One night. But you reserved 8 people, men's room.
Men's room?
Yes.
Oh.
By mistake,
Oh,
obviously.
on booking.com it just said 8 room, nothing about gender.
Okay. It's men's room.
Is that okay?
No, I will change your.
Okay, cool. 7 men and me.
7 men
Yeah.
and you.
Start of a really good reality show. Or really bad, to be determined.
One night.
One night, yeah.
Come on.
I know.
US passport.
US passport, yeah.
Oh.
It's so hot. It's so humid. I'm feeling nauseous from the humidity. I'm gonna look for a different hotel. I'm not built for this anymore. Are you serious? This is the new hotel? Yes, absolutely. This is much more my vibe right now. I was just about to say, bathroom hasn't been cleaned. Come on, watch it. Okay, yeah,
Because that room is dirty. The best room of our hotel.
Oh, yay. Oh, okay. So there's 10 units here, 10 units here, and only 3 units here. Oh. All right, I'm getting worried because I'm so tired now. Okay, the room's actually very small and normal. Let's see. Whatever. I paid $25 for this room. I'm happy. Good news. I got 8 hours of sleep. Bad news. I thought I checked that my flight was just regular economy. Turns out it's economy, but shit. My flight was $300 for an hour flight, by the way. So what the fuck? Budget. So I don't have a checked bag, but I bought a big old thing of jam and like a 300-gram honey thing. They were cheap. Together they were probably like $5. So I'm definitely gonna be throwing that out instead of trying to check a bag, which is $70 or so. I'm gonna try to sneak it in. I'm gonna go eat breakfast at both of the hotels though. The other place was actually $6, not $2 or $3. I just did the math wrong. The view from this hotel is definitely not that good. Let me show you. Voila. I mean, it's okay. Oh my god. I just came back to my hotel to be like, oh, can I just like use this sink to wash my hands? The bathroom. They're like, oh, you can go back up to your room. And I was like, really? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, okay. Of course I don't have, like, I was like, oh, I'm assuming they left the door open. No. It appears they just didn't understand what I was asking. I don't know why they would have told me to go upstairs for whatever I could have asked, but I came back down and I was like, the door's locked, and they're like, you need the restroom? And I was like, yes. She's like, go downstairs. The interactions that I've had since being in Baku have been the weirdest. Like, it's not like, oh my god, that's so whack kind of weird. It's just like, what? Huh? Kind of a weird. Like just now, I walked in and I was like, I had messaged him. I was like, I'm slightly concerned that I'm gonna Uber over there and they're gonna be like, it's 10:30. We don't do barbecue yet. So lo and behold, not only are they not just serving the food, they're not open till 11. They gave me tea. There's a saying in Korea that goes, 이열치열, but it means you fight, or like it's used to indicate that you fight heat with heat. So here we go.
Lula steak
Yeah.
also. This
Okay.
one pork chops.
Okay. We have moved inside because it's too hot outside. And inside is survivable.
Would like it with bread.
Yeah. Lots of bread. Called khan, lamb liver wrapped in some fat. Someone that I saw on Mark Wayne's page. This is the lamb luling. Last dish, it's lamb or potato with lamb tail. I get why people blog or vlog when they solo travel. Not for money, but it just makes me feel less lonely. That's sad. It's a little bit kumkume. It's a Korean word. So I didn't have enough cash because I didn't pull out more because there's an ATM just like a block away. So I wanted to get the bill and be like, oh, pull out more cash. But I told them and they were like, oh, that's okay. We'll just take it in card. It's too hot. Like, you don't need to go all the way over there. We'll just take the fee. And I was like, oh, I don't think you added the beer. It's supposed to be 27. You only have 25. And they were like, it's okay. Oh, that was such an ugly shot of me crying face. I feel like it's just been a very high, low. Hotels were all mid, low. Trying to top with meat. I'm so full, but I was like, oh, what's the difference between this and the dishes that I've had in Armenia and Georgia? And AI told me it was different enough that I should get it. I eat it with my jam and honey that I can't take onto the plane. So it is very different. This is the underground walkway, takes across like a lot of the streets. So Georgia has this, but this is like a thing that I've always seen in Korea a lot. That like having markets underneath and then being like kind of like the cheapest. I didn't realize it was common over here too. This time the local hits me with fucking ni hao. I'm gonna go back with barev, which is hello in Armenian. They fucking hate each other. I think I'm gonna complete the immersive cookie experience. I'm done being baked. So I'm just gonna hang out in my hotel lobby until I get to the airport. I was just thinking, oh, I wish I had some cash so I could try whatever the driver's getting, but he got two. I'm trying to see if I can maybe get a free check bag. Save my honey. I saved my honey in jail. Azerbaijan has truly been the gift that never stops giving. So, got to the airport early. There's so many people, and everyone's just like, no sense of personal space. Like, this dude kept like bumping his backpack into me, and I was like, dude, stop. Like, can you not feel that your backpack is running into something every time you sway? And like, people are walking past and body odor and everything, and so I was standing off to the side, and I saw the mass migrate to a different gate. 2 flights by the same airline running 20 minutes apart. My flight somehow delayed. They did, and so I went to go pee, and while I was in the bathroom, they do last call for Tbilisi, and I was like, whoa, so I run out, and both of those flights are listed for the same gate. And they flew out the first one, or the second one first. I could die.